It's showtime.
Okay guys, welcome back. You're watching the STPL. My name is Kix, and you're joining me for NaS versus Valhalla team. Now, of course, Dragon versus Drew was a relatively quick game, for all intents and purposes, but it was a fairly good one as well. Good usage of Storm by Drew. But that's going to take us into game number 2 of the evening. Now, I did say who that was going to be before the break, but it is SuGo versus Galaxy. Without further ado, let's introduce our players. Once I fix the map, the map is fixed, we're good. So let's head on over and see who we got. And let's have a look at the statistics mainly. That's the main reason why I do this. I like the statistics. And they're going to get better as well, so keep tuned. So yeah, let's actually have a look. See how they're doing. So, as you can see, SuGo, one of the kind of linchpins for NaS. He hasn't appeared as much, but as someone who works 1,000-hour weeks as he does, it makes it kind of hard to fit Brood War in. He is my coach in the Coach Pupil League, so shout outs to him. Not that I've really received any coaching from him, we're usually on at different times. But SuGo, a very, very strong Protoss player. Currently 1-0 this round, so not the best score, but still a 100% win rate, technically, so you can't really fault that. Then, of course, for Galaxy, we're going to have the Zerg, or for Valhalla even, we're going to have the Zerg Galaxy. Now, he has lost all 3 of his games so far, but he has been there for every match. He has put his heart and head on the line to make it here. And let's see if he can get his redemption match here as we head into Benzene. Now, Benzene, a 2-player map, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock spawns. Obviously it's a horizontal map, so quite spread out. Lots of tight corridors, very good for Storm, very good for Hydra surrounds as well when you get to the sort of center portions of the map. And should be a very, very fun map here for ZVP. Now, ZVP not been going as well for the Zergs, much like Protoss struggling on Coliseum 2. Zergs definitely struggling here in the STPL on Benzene. Now, this could be another struggle here for Galaxy, but SuGo and Galaxy are going to be doing their best here as they fight each other on this space platform map. But without further ado, let's actually head into the game and start with game number 2 of this week's STPL. Now, continuing on the theme from the previous map, we're going to have in the top right-hand position, in the dark blue, we have SuGo fighting for NaS. And his opponent down here in the bottom left-hand position, in the purple, fighting for Valhalla team, it's Galaxy. Yeah, so one of the things I was trying to do when I was at BlizzCon is learn as much as I possibly could from as many people as I could in regards to streaming. And just casting in general, I met a lot of amazing casters. It was a lot of fun for me. But there's obviously a lot of stories I have from BlizzCon. At some point, I'm going to sort of sit down and talk about all of them, maybe when we've got some lulls in the game so I can go through them, everything, but it's something to save for some downtime mainly. But the important thing is, I made it to LA, I made it to Anaheim, I made it back alive, so everything is coming up Millhouse. I was so nervous about the flight initially, but we made it. Now we do have a 9 pool, 9 gas coming up from Galaxy. We do have SuGo going for a gateway first, so maybe this is going to play into Galaxy's favor just a little bit. If SuGo isn't ready for this, then maybe he could get caught off guard. Now SuGo, of course, is going to be able to scout the timings of everything. He's going to be able to count the drones, know exactly how many drones, know by the Overlord timing as well that it was in fact a 9-pool-9 gas. Now, the reason why this is important is 9-pool-9 gas does get you the lings a lot earlier. It's kind of like the counter build to one gateway expand, because you can overwhelm the zealots really, really early. Now we see a forge coming in reserve for this. He knows the lings are on the way. He knows it's 9-pool speed as well, and well, it should be speed. Yeah, speed is coming in. And he has to defend. He's not going greedily. He's not going to go for the Nexus. He is just going to try and hold on and weather the storm that's heading all the way over the map to his base. I mean, this is going to be a very, very strong attack. When it does get there, of course, he has pulled probes already. 2 zealots in reserve. First cannon on the way as well. But the moment speed kicks in, these Zerglings suddenly going to become a lot stronger. But it's not an all-in here from Galaxy. He's droning up behind this. And you can see the zealots just trying to hold on, trying to buy enough time for those cannons to be coming in. And I'm actually getting lightheaded somehow, so that's very, very weird. I need to be careful of that. I don't want to pass out while I'm casting. But my nose is a little bit blocked at the moment, so if I sound a bit funny, that's probably why. But wow, he's actually sending probes. Oh my god, he's sending probes and zealots out. The lings gonna get into the main. 3 of them are gonna get in. I mean, one of them is gonna be very heavily damaged. But this is a very, very big moment for Galaxy. SuGo was not ready for this to happen. But this is going to be a very strong counterattack coming in from him. There's only 4 lings back at home. There's not actually that many lings morphing either. But these lings in the main base could do a lot of damage. They've not really killed too many probes so far. They've not actually killed any probes. So good job by SuGo to keep all those alive. But here we go. We've got the Zerglings trying to get on top of the zealots. They do kill the probe. They very nearly kill one of the zealots as well. But I mean, these lings are going to be doing, well, taking a lot of damage, and so is Galaxy. Galaxy could possibly even lose this hatchery. There are still 2 lings in the main. This zealot unable to get them. 3rd hatchery is on the way behind this. But you can see SuGo's micro here has been very, very good. And there we go. Looks like the zealots gonna try and do a little bit more damage. There is no sunken colonies or anything like that to try and keep him alive behind this. But this is really, really nice micro by SuGo. But it looks like Galaxy has enough to defend. Now, does SuGo have enough to defend the counterattack? We see the 3 probes have been pulled already. There is an overlord in the base, but it looks like the lings have been cleaned up. So nothing too crazy going to be happening now, I wouldn't have thought. But the one important thing to note is look how delayed SuGo's expansion is. If Galaxy can start mega droning up off of 3 bases, this is going to be a lot of drones coming up here. Now, it looks like the lings have obviously got their speed. They're going to be able to take down the scouting probe here. But very nice micro once again by SuGo to keep that alive. And unfortunately, unlike in Warcraft 3, there is mineral boosting, so you can actually get through. Not mineral boosting, that's a different thing. But you lose collision when you start mining, so that does allow the probe to get away. No perfect surrounds on workers. You can get it, but it's very, very difficult. And now it looks like we are going to start seeing a lot of drones coming in here. He's actually going double Overlord. He forgot an Overlord there. That's a pretty big mistake, especially given the fact there's lava starting to pile up. His money is starting to pile up as well. I mean, is he just going to max out on drones? Looks like he is, so nothing too crazy here. This is going to allow him to kickstart his economy against a Protoss who realistically isn't behind, but he's not super far ahead either. He's got a bit of a supply lead, but that's kind of expected in a ZVP scenario, especially on a 2-player map as well, because obviously it's a little bit easier for the Protoss to expand. But here we go, looks like we are going to have Zealots moving out, but once again, Lings trying to get through. Nice pro block though by SuGo, going to keep these Lings at bay for now. And is that going to be enough? The trouble is SuGo is unable to put any pressure on. And just look at how many drones are coming in behind this. And it looks like the Lings still threatening some form of backstab. There's not as many of them as there were. We see a probe is actually going to go out to the top left and scout that base. So that's going to be a very important scout for him. No, he's actually going to try and go towards the main. He really should scout for that gas though. If this third gas can go up unhindered, we're going to see very, very fast tech here from Galaxy. But it looks like he is just going to try and get back in the main. There isn't actually any sunken or anything to block this probe, so this is going to be a nice scout when this goes in. Oh! The probe damage from earlier being taken down by that sunken. That must have been an exact, like, range, I believe. That's kind of insane to be able to get that scout, because if SuGo knew what was going on in the base, he'd know there was a Spire coming along. Obviously, that's not too crazy. I mean, back home, we've got a Stargate for SuGo. Cannon coming in the main as well. Citadel is up. No Templar Archives just yet, though, so if we see some kind of muta switch, which I don't think we will, just because there's only one gas, I mean, that'd be very, very strong. This is likely going to be for a couple of... Oh my god, he is actually going... He's going for muta. Is this going to be fake muta? Because he's only got one gas right now. He spent a lot of money on sunken colonies. And I mean, while that's good, what is this single muta going to be able to do for you? Wow, he's actually building 3 mutas. I mean, doing this off of the back off of one gas is very, very dangerous, I would say. Going to be very hard to get that mutalist count up. We are going to have an Overlord scouting the fact there are Zealots coming in. This is a very good position for the Sunken, by the way. And he is going to be able to drill around this. You can see that SuGo immediately turning around. But Galaxy has been forced to show the mutalist. Now, of course, the Corsair would have eventually flown in and scouted it. Now, there is 5 mutalists on the map already. They're going to be able to try and hunt down some of these Zealots and see if he can do some damage. But with cannons in both of the mineral lines already, this is going to be a very, very hard task, actually, for these Corsairs to really be able to, or for the mutants to really be able to do too much. But, I mean, Galaxy is going to try. He's even in supply with the Protoss now. And that realistically isn't a position you want to be in. And now it looks like he is going to be deterred just a little bit. Wow, he's actually going to try and go in, see if he can do some damage at the front. Taking a lot of damage from those 2 cannons, though. And now, of course, he does have the option of harassing from over this ledge. Only when he gets in range to fire and fires will the cannon to be able to fire back. So that's a very strong option he has. He needs to be careful. He's leaving a lot of mutalists. I mean, they are unclumped, of course. But he's not being super active with them. He's not really trying to find any avenues of damage. And he is just building up his hatchery count. He's finally got a Hydralisk set up here as well. That's going to be... That's his 5th hatchery coming up now. Evolution Chamber coming up in the main as well. So finally, he's going to be able to start to do some damage. Now, this is still only 6 mutalists. That's not even enough to one-shot a probe. As you can see, that probe got away. And I think I finally understand what changes the color of this. I've seen streams where this has been like the bright green one. I think it depends on what overlay you've got set. That's kind of funny. I never really thought about that before, but yeah, we've got black and white upgrades and everything because I use the new BlizzCon overlay. So hopefully no one has a problem with that. I can always change that if need to be. Another scouting probe being taken down. That's an important thing to do. I mean, one thing that I just like to point out is look at Galaxy's vision right now. He has vision over every possible avenue of attack for SuGo. He gets another probe as well, which was trying to build some additional gateways. I mean, it's not that much damage, but he's keeping the Protoss back. He is keeping SuGo guessing on what's going on. He's even building an Archon. I mean, SuGo finally does have Storm coming on. He finally has some gateways. But SuGo's actually not building that many units out of his gateways right now. I think he's trying to time up the production. But his money is getting very, very high. And I mean, Galaxy's money is quite high as well, but he is going into a lot of hatcheries, so he'll be able to spend that fairly quickly. An additional creep colony going around up here as well. Now, the Corsair is going to be backed up by this Archon. I think one of the Corsairs may have actually gone down to a Scourge there, so... That's an important thing. Now, as Tryhard pointed out, there's a lot of probes on gas in the main. I mean, he really wants his gas right now. The trouble is, his minerals are so oversaturated that he's just trying to find a place to put them where it's not going to mess with his mining. Now, SuGo, of course, is still building up his Corsair count. We see the Mutalist, though, getting yet another probe. I mean, just... This is insane. Like, this is Scourge for every single possible Corsair leaving his base right now. The Mutalist still relatively high health. This one going to have to go back and recharge. Back at home, we've got Hive once again coming in. No Queen upgrades, unfortunately. But hatchery, fourth hat, oh sorry, it's like the 7th hatchery or the 6th hatchery. And the 4th base here, SuGo is getting himself completely hemmed in his base. Galaxy is doing an incredibly good job. Galaxy hasn't had the best showing in the STPL so far, but against SuGo here, he's really showing his class. His macro has been really good so far. He has +1 carapace, no attack upgrades from what I can tell. Yeah, no attack upgrades. Unfortunately, that isn't the kind of move he wants to make. He's been trying to move in. The Scourge are killing a lot of the Mulus, the Scourge are killing a lot of the Corsairs, but the Mulus incredibly low on health, a lot of them actually going down. This Archon killing a lot of those Ling Zealots, getting a good amount of kills as well. This High Templar out of energy, but that is the end of the Mulus harass for now. But Ling's coming in, a Lurker getting on top of this single pylon, going to make it a lot harder to expand. Some of the Lings getting caught up. We do have SuGo trying to take this bottom right base. There is 3 cannons here already, which we're going to have to see whether or not they're really going to come into play. I mean, it looks like Galaxy is really trying to set up a contain, but little as you know until now, here is going to be the moment he sees it. Oh my god, this Corsair could get the luckiest kills ever. He's going to come across. Oh, that's a big move. Losing those Mulus are not good for Galaxy. I mean, he has pulled SuGo's army out of the way, so he's going to be able to move more Lings across. We do have Hive, so Adrenaline is on the way, +1 melee attack as well. There are some actual... I think this Lurker's stuck. I don't think it can get out of this location, but that's fine. I've seen a Lurker stuck on a hatchery. There we go. Looks like Ling's going to be trying to move forward. Lurker's jumping down into the ground. They are going to be in range of one of these cannons, but the Lurker's going to be taken down. It looks like good moves by SuGo to take these out. And Galaxy once again throwing away a lot of units, not really getting too much done with them. And this is the real pain for Galaxy now. He knows that SuGo has this base, but he doesn't have the units to be able to deal with it right now. He's been throwing a lot of units into the fire, and it unfortunately isn't paying off. It's like I'm watching effort, but he's sending his units in weird places. We've got more and more Lurkers going down. Another one going down to a cannon and a Dragoon. Unfortunate there. The Galaxy getting one of those High Templars is going to be a very strong pick up. That did have energy. This one has enough for 2 storms, nearly 3 storms. He needs to make use of that energy. Not 3 storms, 2 storms. He doesn't have the energy upgrade to 250. But he really does need to use these storms if he can. He has to be as efficient as humanly possible. Galaxy building up a big bank, mining off of this 4 base. We actually have a Nidus here as well. But I mean, Galaxy is just sending units into death, unfortunately, and it really isn't paying off for him. He needs to wait for Defilers, he needs to wait for Ultralisks, and he needs to go with a big attack if he wants to break, and he's just not waiting right now. He's lost his patience, and could that be the moment that gives SuGo a way back into the game? It looks like it could be. SuGo taking his 4th base now with cannons and killing yet more Zerglings. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, there we go. Just had to clear my throat. It looks like we have got more Lings coming in. This thing a little bit more excited than the other ones. But back at home we do have that kindness plating coming in. So that's going to be 5 armor for those Ultras. With obviously any additional... Well, I think it's +2 armor, so it'll be 3 armor for the Ultras, I believe. Oh, it'll be 4. Okay. 4 armor for the Ultras, if I remember correctly. But I mean, there's still a lot of Lings, but the trouble is SuGo is building up a large number of High Templar. They do all have enough for a couple of storms. I mean, this base is going to be forfeit. There's not really too much he has back here to defend this. And I mean, pure Ling against this army is not going to be the kind of move he needs to make. Now, it looks like this hatchery is going to go down back at home. The third base is coming up. Galaxy able to cancel that in time. That's something, but this is the big move from him. He's going to try and flood in from multiple angles. Can he make this work? The Ultra's coming in as well. Nice storm so far, though, although he does storm one of his own High Templar. But I mean, the Ultras, they've only got 4 armor right now. This is +2, nearly +3 attack, I would say, for SuGo. Well, +3 attack is about a third of the way done, but that's not a good trade once again. Yeah, they have 1 base armor, so I guess it technically is 5 armor, but it's like armor upgrades I was counting. They go to 6 armor when you've got everything, obviously. But I mean, this is 2 melee attack, 2 melee carapace. And I mean, it looks like SuGo is going to be able to break into this top left base. There's not actually that much to defend at the front. It's all at the back to defend against Zealots early on. Now, there's no Sunkens here or anything. There's no Lurkers. Could this be SuGo's way back into this game? He's doing a great job economically right now. We do have Ultras and Lings coming in from behind, but they're going to be funneling into a choke, and that's exactly what these storms are there for. They're doing so much damage. But the Ultras, there's so many of them. They're doing a lot of damage to this army. And it looks like he's going to be able to hold on to this base. We finally have some Lurkers back here. But SuGo is still in a relatively decent spot. He has his 4th base mining. He's got good probe saturation across all of them. He's got enough guys on this gas now. Has correctly reformed this. Gone back to 3. Now he is building off of 7 gateways. 8 gateways, sorry. He's going up to a 9th as well. But can he hold on against the Ultras? He has a lot of probes, so that's where a lot of his supply is. We've got some High Templar moving forward. He needs more Archons. He needs Reavers against these Ultras. Now there we go. 2 Archons going to do what they can, doing a lot of damage to these Ultras. But he does need to try and save these Archons. These Archons are going to be worth their weight in gold. The Lings unable to break through this base, but they're getting very close to doing so. SuGo unable to realistically afford to rebuild all those cannons. I mean, he's going to build a couple, but he really needs to start getting more Archons. He needs to start looking at that Robotech. Now, he does have an observatory. I thought I'd missed that, and I did. So there we go, Reaver Tech coming in. So SuGo knows the next move. A DT in here for good measure as well. Look at how quickly these Archons are shredding these Lings, even with 3 carapace. I think it's 3, I think it might be 2. Yeah, 3 carapace, 3 attack. Archons are just so powerful against those Lings. +3 attack, still not done for SuGo. So I mean, you can see just how well these are trading. But I mean, eventually Galaxy's money is going to start to run out. I mean, he's still got a healthy 3rd base, but his natural is relatively close to mined out. His main is very close to mined out. But I mean, Galaxy is taking a 3... Okay, this isn't a hatchery, but he's taking an additional 2 bases. One of them is actually on SuGo's side of the map. SuGo looked to try and expand down there. And I mean, this is going to be a little bit of a gift, but SuGo is running on empty right now. His main completely dry. His natural very close to dry as well. His 3rd base, of course, very healthy, and his 4th base healthy as well. But his 4th base is a mineral only. He is going to be running low on gas when these gases start to deplete. He's going to be down to 1 base economy gas-wise, but here we go. Looks like Ling's going to be moving forward down into this bottom middle base. We see Lings and Ultras moving across once again. The DT, the Zealot's going to try and do what they can. And I mean, these Ultras are getting a very nice round. He is going to be able to kill this DT as well. The Archon back here going to be trying to do what it can. The DT's unfortunately unable to do too much. There is 2 Overlords here. A Whiffed Storm as well. And it looks like Galaxy has finally broken through the lines of SuGo. Now SuGo is going to try and make his way back up his ramp into his cannons. And he's going to save a lot of these units. But this 5th base is going to go down. And Galaxy is playing this so well. Now, do we have Defiler Tech coming in just yet? I don't think we do. But he doesn't really need it. He's staying on Defiler, he's staying on Ultras, he's staying on Lings. And I mean, these upgrades, 5-3 on the Ultras, 3-3 on the Lings, +3 attack has just now finished. But I mean, this is a lot of units. I mean, the cannons may be able to do something, but cracklings do so much damage to buildings that it's like they're made out of paper. It's almost like I'm watching Wraiths versus Mutas here. And I mean, we are going to have a couple of DTs going to be doing a lot of damage to these Ultras. Of course, DTs do 40 plus 9 damage. Obviously that will be +5, I believe, after the armor's reduced. But there we go. We do finally have some Reavers coming into play. The Lings, the Ultras cleaned up very closely, but more and more units streaming on through. It's nothing but Dragoons right now. The Reaver going to be worth its weight in gold. Going to see if it can do a decent amount of damage, but this Nexus is in contention here. He doesn't have enough DPS to save it. He doesn't have the power to lift or repair, and that is the 4th base now in shambles by SuGo. That's going to be another 300 minerals that he realistically can't afford right now, and Ling's going to be heading on up towards the main. Is he going to be able to get a couple of these High Templar? A nice storm does go down, but he's taken a lot of damage already. And I mean, he's doing everything he can to hold on here. There's even lurkers here, actually, just to reinforce this push from the back. I mean, trying to save any units he can. The 3rd base is completely in tatters now. And I mean, this 3rd base is still gonna hold for now, but these cannons only gonna be able to keep him alive as only a certain amount of time. We do have Ultras Lings heading on over. We're gonna have a lot of Ultra Lings popping out all the hatcheries as well. These units actually forgot about. But here we go. Looks like the 3rd base is going to go for SuGo as well. And when this goes, he is not going to be mining again. And that is going to be the end of that one. And it looks like this is going to be the way the cookie crumbles for SuGo as he taps out with GG. Galaxy ties up the series 1-1. Now, this has been a really cool series so far. That's actually nearly 2 30-minute games already. So I'm kind of excited to see exactly how this series is going to play out. Of course, NaS, one of the strongest teams in Group A. Obviously, we do have the Group B teams coming up after as well. But this has been a great series so far. Looking forward to the next game, which is going to be Eon Zerg versus... Let me double check. Eon Zerg versus Dates, which is going to be another CVP. But I am going to quickly take a 5-minute break. See you guys very soon. Oh, and by the way, I'm very sorry. I haven't had a chance to prepare more highlight videos, so you're going to watch the same games again. Hopefully that's okay.